is our science vocabulary. Let's enjoy and study hard. Acute, having a sudden onset and short duration. Additive, the other components in a medicinal mixture aside from the active ingredient. Alloy, a substance consisting of two or more metals or a metal and non-metal united usually by being melted, battered together. Autumn, the season between summer and winter, usually during the months of September, October, and November. Biceps, the large flexor muscle found in the front of the upper arm and back of the upper leg. Bolus, a soft rounded mass of chewed food. Bone marrow, a soft tissue rich in blood vessels that fills the cavities of most bones and occurs in two forms. Cambium, a thin layer between the xylem and phloem of most vascular plants from which new cells as of wood and bark develop. Centrifugation, the process that uses a machine with a rapidly rotating container that applies force to its contents, typically to separate fluids of different densities. Chlorophyll, the green coloring matter of plants that is found in chloroplast and necessary for photosynthesis or food making. Chronic, continuing or recurring for a long time. Chyme, the partly fluid and partly solid mass of incompletely digested food that passes from the stomach into the first part of the small intestine. Cilia, tiny hair-like structures. Clavicle, a bone of the soldier that joins the breastbone and the shoulder blade, also called collarbone. Clot, a mass or lump made of blood cells, platelets that thickens and sticks together. Collagen, a protein found in connective tissue that occurs in the form of fibers. Colloid, a mixture having particles of one component and has properties between those of a solution and fine suspension. Condensation, the process by which a gas or vapor changes to a liquid. Consistency, agreement or harmony between parts or elements. Coriolis effect, the deflection of a moving object caused by a force. Cranium, the part that encloses the brain. Crust, the outer part of the earth which has a hard surface layer. Cuticle, an outer layer as of skin, hair, or a leaf, often produced by cells for protection. Dam, a man-made water reservoir controlled by a barrier. Diaphragm, a sheet of muscle that separates the cavities of the chest and abdomen. Diffusion, the movement of molecules from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. Distillation, the process of heating a liquid or solid until it changes into a vapor and then cooling the vapor until it becomes liquid. Effort, the force applied to a simple machine as a lever in contrast to the force applied by it. Emulsion, a material consisting of a mixture of liquids that do not dissolve in each other and having droplets of one liquid scattered throughout the other. Enzyme, any various complex proteins produced by the living cells and bring about or speed of reactions as in digestion of food. Epiglottis, a thin cartilaginous flap that covers the entrance to the larynx during swallowing, preventing food from entering the trachea. Equinox, either of the two times each year, about March 21 and September 23, when the sun is exactly above the equator, resulting in equal length of day and night all over Earth. Evaporation, the process of changing liquid into gas. Filter, a porous device used for preventing impurities or solid particles. Foliage, the mass of leaves of a plant. Fulcrum, the support about which a lever turns. Fumaroles, a hole in a volcano from which hot gases emerge. Gametopipe, the individual or generation of plants or fungi with alternating sexual and asexual generations that produces gametes. Gel, a solid jelly-like colloid. Greenhouse effect, the warming of the earth caused by the trapped sun's heat in the atmosphere. Heartburn, a form of indigestion felt as a burning sensation in the chest caused by acid in the stomach. Homeostasis, the state of equilibrium or balance. Homogenizing, reducing particles to a uniform size and distributing them evenly throughout the fluid. Hormones, a regulatory substance produced in an organism and transported in blood to stimulate cells or tissue into action. Insulator, a material that is a poor conductor of heat or electricity. Density, the degree of amount of quality or condition. Keratin, a protein that makes up hair and other tissues. Lagoon, a shallow channel or pond near or connected to a larger body of water. Lever, a rigid boreal thing on a pivot used to move a heavy or firmly fixed load with one end when pressure is applied to other. Lithosphere, a rigid outer part of the earth consisting of the crust and a part of the mantle. Load, the weight that is carried or supported by something.